everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica, and today I have an intro for you. I've got like this weird hair doing something funky there, but I'm so excited. I haven't done an intro in it seems like forever. Probably April was when we did the last intro. Am I calculating that right? It seems like it was probably April for 50 Shades. If I did another one, I'm not recalling it in my feeble little brain. But I'm excited for this one because I have never done this one before, and I'm finally jumping in on it. It is a couple days late because, you know, life is busy, but this is a Fantastic Ladies collab. It was created by Stephanie. She's going to be linked down below. I will also link her intro because I will attempt to explain this project, but sometimes I don't always explain things well. And I think if you watch her intro, because she is the creator and she's very good at explaining things where I am not, yeah, it probably would be better if you watched her intro. So this is Clue Special Painting Edition. It is fun. It is so much fun, and I really wanted to do the first 2 rounds, but life being what it is, I could not fit it into my schedule. And when it came back for round 3, I was like, I'm definitely doing this. And I apologize that it's going up a couple days late, but, you know, better late than never. So this started on June 9th and will go until whenever you have solved all of the mysteries. And I'm going to get into the Facebook group, and I am going to read exactly the way it is written in here. Of course, my computer is jumping all around, so give me 1 second to get right back into it. All right, bear with me and my reading skills because I don't have my glasses on, and well, you know. All right, it says Mr. Body has been murdered and it's up to you to solve the crime. Fortunately, all of the clues you need are in your makeup collection. Each month you will work on 3 products from each category. So we have suspects, weapons, and rooms. And then once the clue and the product has been chosen, roll a pair of dice. That is the number of times you need to use that product to follow that lead. Wow. When it is time for your update, you can arrange completed prompts, investigated leads into as many suggestion scenarios as you can. Responses for the update will begin on the 1st of each month. Each scenario needs to be 1 clue from each of the categories. So suspect, weapons, rooms. For example, if you've completed Mrs. Peacock, Professor Plum, the knife, the ballroom, and the billiard, you can construct 1 guess because you only have 1 weapon. So you can guess Professor Plum with the knife in the ballroom if you like. This would leave Mrs. Peacock in the billiard room, but you can file these clues away to use them at a later date or a later update once you have a weapon to include, since you have completed those prompts. You would then select 5 new leads to follow so that you are still working on 3 clues in each category. All right, and it says each participant will have a unique solution that has been randomized that Stephanie will keep privately saved, and then she also has assigned Taru to do hers, so she can't see her own. So she's got someone assigned to do, keep track of her clues for her, which I think is awesome. All right, for each suggested solution, she will either tell you that you're correct and you win, or she will provide exculpatory evidence. So if you have guessed Professor Plum with the knife in the ballroom and that isn't correct, she would say, let's see, it says, I might inform you that there is no blood on the knife. This would tell you that the knife is not the correct weapon. Professor Plum may have killed Mr. Body or maybe not. You would have to investigate him again and suggest another scenario to try to find out. So basically, you will guess with 3 leads: suspect, weapon, room, and then if you aren't completely correct in your guess, then you will be told it couldn't be this because of this. So that excludes that particular thing. Therefore, you don't know if the other ones are right or not. You have to try and guess them again, but at least you will know something is definitely not going to be able to be reused. So this could take a while. All right, let me see. I'm gonna scroll down. There's more information. It says you can only work on a particular clue once within that month. For example, you can only complete Mrs. Peacock once for the June update, but once you have followed that lead, completed that prompt, and suggested Mrs. Peacock as a suspect, you can introduce Mrs. Peacock again and investigate her for July. You could use that same product to investigate her or choose a different one. Good luck. So then we have all of the suspects. Miss Scarlet is something red, Colonel Mustard is something yellow, Mrs. White is something white, obviously. Mr. Green is something green, Mrs. Peacock is something blue, and Professor Plum is something purple. For weapons, you have Candlestick, that is something you put on display. I don't know if I put things on display, but you know. Knife, something that betrayed you. Rope, a hair product. Revolver, you're going to do the whole collection roulette. Lead pipe, something matte. And wrench, something that twists up and down. For your rooms, you have ballroom, which is something shimmery. Billiard room, something you can keep in your pocket. Conservatory, something that smells nice. Dining room, something food related. Hall, something that made a good first impression. Let's see, lost my space here. Kitchen, something that needs to be cleaned all the time. Yeah, I can relate to that one. Library, anything. It can be anything, but you have to tell a story about that thing. Lounge, something you sit down to use, which is most of my things. And study, something marketed with scientific terminology. That's going to be like skin, body, hair care, most likely. All right, so wish me luck. I'm going to need it. Let me get back out to my spreadsheet. I think I've gotten all the information. If I have forgotten anything, I will try to link it down below as best I can. But again, go check out Stephanie's intro because she will explain it so much better than I can. Whew. All right, so I'm going to bring in 3 suspects, 3 weapons, 3 rooms. And I do not own dice. I might have some in a game somewhere, but I don't like to take things out of a game because then when I need to use them for that game with my kids, then I won't have it. So, got my handy dandy little phone here, and look, it's late. It's midnight 36, but it is not going up today, tonight, whatever. I already have my video up. It's already gone live. So this is going up, the next day. So I am going to pull this up, and yes, I do have Ghostbusters on the back of mine, and no, it doesn't match, and I don't care because I just like it. So I'm going to do virtual dice here, and we're going to see how many times I have to use something, all 9 of my somethings. So I'm going to start with suspects because it seems most logical because that's how they are on the spreadsheet. I, of course, am going to start with Miss Scarlet. That is something red. This is the Natasha Denona I Need a Rouge Lip Crayon in the shade Amelia, and I need to figure out how many times I need to use it. So we're going to auto-generate, and I got 6. That's not too bad. I'm going to put it in my little spreadsheet there so that I know how many times I have to use it. All right, Mr. Green, something green. I have a green color corrector. This is from Ulta, and it's just your basic green concealer. Not a problem. All right, let's roll the dice again. See what happens here. Oof, 11. That's a lot of uses. It's okay. We'll do what we got to do. Professor Plum is the last one I'm going to do for my suspects, and I have the NYX color corrector in lavender. That's what she looks like. And let's do a generation again. 6. That's not so bad. Not so bad at all. All right, so we've got my suspects to play with. The green color corrector. That one's going to be a struggle to get, but we'll see. We shall see. All right, let's move on to our weapons. We are going with candlestick, and that is something you put on display. Pardon me. Allergies are kicking my booty. I don't display things the way a lot of people display things, but I do have a rack right here, just out of frame, where I have a display of all of my nail polishes that I'm currently panning, whether it's just for usage or trying to finish. So that's about as display as I get. And if you hear weird noises, Greta's just over here and she's sleeping and groaning and grunting and doing her Greta thing. All right, so nail polish. That's about the only thing that I display. So this is the one that I'm bringing in. It is from China Glaze. It is in Rainbow Ice. It is a topper clear base with all of these fun little colorful glitters. It would go very well with my current nail polish. I'm a little nervous about this because nail polishes take forever. Oof, 7 uses. Ouch. It's okay. I won't be guessing the candlestick anytime soon. I might need to start displaying some other things so I'm not putting nail polish in every single time I need to guess the candlestick. All right, next is knife, and that is something that betrayed you, and it absolutely did. This right here, it is the Buxom Powerful Lip Plump Balm, and it's in the shade Fiery. It's supposed to be a tinted lip balm. Lies. First of all, that's what it looks like. Does that look like a tinted lip balm to you? Or does that look like a bright lipstick? Because to me, that is lipstick color. It lied. It's not a tinted lip balm. Lies, lies, lies. So I need to figure out how many times I'm going to be using that one. 9. Ooh, I'm getting some high numbers. It's okay. We can do this. This next one is probably one that I would want to use a lot, and watch, I'll get a small number. For rope, that is a hair product, because y'all know even with my thinning hair now, I still can go through some hair products. So I chose this from Silk Elements. It is the Mega Silk Olive Moisturizing Treatment. Works kind of like a hair mask, and yeah, let's see what I get. Oh, I actually got quite a few. 9 uses. All right. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. I'm going to wipe this off with my little microfiber here because, you know, I will end up wearing it all over myself. We need to get some rooms up in here. Yes, we do. So I am going to go for Ballroom, and that is something shimmery. I'm going to go with the City Color Eye Mousse. And this is in the shade White Gold, if I can open it. It is beautiful. It is shimmery. So let's see how many uses I need to get on this one. So roll these dice. 6. 6 ain't too shabby. I can use this on my lids. It also works really nice as an inner corner. 6, I think I can do that in a month. And that's going to be my goal, is to try to, like, obviously I can't with everything, but I'm going to try to get most things goal met each month. So I'm going to need lots of luck. All right, Conservatory, something that smells nice. Of course I'm bringing in a perfume. This one, hopefully I don't butcher it because I don't speak French so well. This is Jean-Charles Rousseau, and this is in Ombre Rose. I love it. I love the smell of this, and I need to figure out how many times I have got to use it. Only 6. Okay. I'm working on plenty of fragrances, so 6 is fine. And then a Lounge, something you sit down to use. I sit down to do all of my makeup. I sit right here because the camera's here. My laptop is right below me, though I did get a new computer. I ordered a Mac Mini, and I haven't set it up yet because I'm still waiting for some parts. So yeah, camera, laptop, and then directly behind my camera is a mirror, so sometimes when you see me going like this, I'm trying to see the reflection of whatever I'm holding up to show you. So yeah, I sit down to do everything, every single thing. So I am bringing in an eyeshadow primer. This is the Essence I Heart Stage eyeshadow base primer, call it what you want. And we are going to figure out how many times to use it. Not many at all. A lot of sixes. A lot of sixes. And a lot of nines. You know what? I remember when I was watching Taro's video, she said she got a lot of sixes and nines too. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sixes, which is crazy pants, and 1, 2, only 2 nines, but 5 sixes? 5 out of 9? That's kind of crazy. Crazy pants. That is my intro. A little chaotic, but you know, that's how I roll. I am chaos personified, but I'm kind of excited to be doing this because I missed out on the first 2 rounds, and I really, really want to have some fun with this one. A little bit nervous about some of these things, like the green color corrector, 11 uses. That's a lot. And of course the nail polishes. The nail polish is 7. Everything else, who knows? I might be able to make it happen in a month. If not, as long as I can guess at least 1 series every single month, I will be happy. I will make progress that way, but it would be even better if I could have more than 1 guess each month. Fingers crossed that this will go well. And again, definitely go check out Stephanie down below because she knows what's going on because this is her project. Check out Taro too, since she is the one that is helping Stephanie out this year for, you know, keeping her clues and prompts and everything together. And there's going to be a spreadsheet of everyone that has joined in. If you want to join in, by all means, just let Stephanie know. You can probably comment on her video if you want to join in and you're not part of the Facebook group, just so that she can keep it consistent. And, you know, ask her in the comments, but I'm betting she probably would be okay with doing it that way, but definitely ask her first. All right, I'm going to wrap this up because I need to get a bunch of things done, and, you know, now it is it's almost 10 till 1, and I need to get stuff done and eventually go to bed. All right, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and until I see you on my next video, have a beautiful day.